Many people move here to St. George for the sunshine. Yes, the 300 sunny days a year, but a lot of people want to know, what is it like the rest of the seasons, and would St. George be the right fit for you? We are going to hop into what you can expect each of the seasons living in here in St. George, Utah, and we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah Koehle here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent here in the state of Utah, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about eating, working, playing, sleeping, and living right here in St. George. If that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you're notified every single week we drop a new video. We hear from people like you all the time who are looking to make a move, who are looking to relocate, buy, sell, or even build a property here in St. George, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move in a week, in a month, or even a year from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. My team and I would absolutely love to connect with you and see how we can help. Also, if you do want a copy of our free Moving to St. George, Utah guide, simply comment down below the word guide, G-U-I-D-E, and we'd love to send that over to you. So a lot of people come here to St. George, actually different times of the year, but I know a lot of people end up coming here during the winter time and they fall in love with the winter months here, and they're like, oh, tell me more. When can I buy a second home here? When can I relocate here? When can I, make a move to St. George? So today we're going to just chat about each of the different seasons, what you can expect weather-wise if you are thinking about relocating to St. George, because let's be real, weather plays a huge, huge, huge factor in many people's decision of relocating to another area or not. So something to be well aware of, the summer months of St. George get hot. And when I say hot, I'm talking like Arizona sort of heat. St. George is a dry desert sort of place. And because of that, you can expect hot days consecutively for weeks, for months during the summer. In the mornings, in July, in August, even in September, you can expect it to be right around 70, 75 degrees, again, depending on the year, but you can wake up in the morning to 70, 75 degree mornings. And then by the time 2, 3, 4 o'clock rolls around, there's a good chance it's probably 100, 102, 103, 110 degrees. And that will be for several months throughout the summertime. So if heat is something that you think, oh man, I can't handle multiple 100-degree days in a row, St. George may not be the best fit for you. It may still, because something that's different about St. George is you do not have the high humidity like you're going to have in Texas or Florida or some of the Midwest or back east sort of states. So because you don't have all of that humidity, it does feel different. It is still very, very hot, but it is going to feel different because it is a dry heat as opposed to that, just the humidity heat. So there is a difference. And I always say, if you're thinking about making a move or relocate, come take a look at it during the different seasons so you can get an idea of like, wow, this is what 100 degrees feels like here in Utah. This is better than I thought, or this is way worse than I thought. So know that going into it, you are going to have multi-digit degree days for an extended period of time. Like I said, for some that's a deal breaker. For others, they're like that 300 plus sunny days a year here, that St. George experience. A lot of people welcome that in. A lot of people love fall and spring here in St. George. Fall, oftentimes it's going to cool significantly down from those summer months, and you've got the changing of the colors of trees. So you've got the beautiful red rock, the beautiful changing of trees, the temperature, the climate has drops significantly. You're no longer having those 100-degree days. Instead, you're having, 80-degree days. And many people welcome those 80-degree sunny days in the fall. It also tends to be a lot less crowded and congested here in St. George during the fall months than it is even in the summer or some of those holiday weekends. Like I had mentioned, spring and fall tend to be many people's favorite time of year here in St. George. Spring is another season that people absolutely love. People are out golfing, hiking, biking, kayaking. They're doing all the different things, pickleballing here during those fall and spring seasons, simply because it's not as hot. So spring, again, you're going to enjoy a lot of 70, 80-degree sort of days, mostly 70s. Again, it depends on which part of the spring season that you're in, but you're going to see the beautiful wildflowers starting to bloom. You're going to see things turn a little bit greener. It hasn't gotten so hot, but also there's a lot more activity that's going on during the spring. You see a lot more tourism that's happening. There's more activities that start to happen as well during the spring. And that weather, again, very pleasant. The 300 plus sunny days this spring is a really nice one. Now, winter is actually one of those months too that draws a lot of people in, not only from the northern part of Utah. There are a lot of people that will snowbird here. And what I mean is they will come from northern Utah, Idaho, different places that are snowing, and they'll spend a lot more time here in St. George simply because it's beautiful and sunny. You're going to have 50 and 60-degree days. There are a lot more tournaments, activities, events that are happening here during the winter time simply because it's not snowing. Occasionally, we will get a little skiff of snow, but it melts in 2 seconds, and it's pretty good. So oftentimes people will say, "Oh, I love St. George because we don't get the snow." Although you will see snow on the mountains surrounding us. So a lot of times, right where we are, we don't get much snow at all. You're not shoveling the snow, but you will see the snow in the surrounding mountains. Also, if you are looking for skiing, Brian Head is about an hour and 40 minutes away from St. George. And it is a beautiful area with, great snow, and a lot of people that are living here in St. George and they are looking for that world-class skiing and snow, they will go to Brian Head from here in St. George, or they'll head up to Salt Lake City, to Park City, where, there's 12 different resorts and all of that for skiing too. So winters tend to be very pleasant here, which again draws a lot of people in simply because the weather is so great. You're not shoveling the sunshine. You're not having to shovel any snow. You do get the beauty of the snow in some of the surrounding areas, but not actually here on the ground. And a lot of people are able to be out and about, hiking and pickleballing and doing mountain biking, all of the different activities year round. So that is a big one. If you live an active lifestyle, a lot of people love living in St. George because simply there's not a lot of downtime in terms of not being able to go out and about. I know sometimes people will say, "Oh, well, the summers are just so hot." Here's the thing with summers, a lot of people will get their workouts in the morning when it's 30 degrees cooler than it is at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And so they'll get their workout done early in the morning, and then, they're able to enjoy that outdoors, where once it gets a little bit hotter, you don't see as many people out. So hopefully this gives you an idea of winter, spring, summer, fall. Oftentimes people will say St. George does not have a bad season here simply because it is a much warmer area. And if you are looking at relocating, moving here to St. George, weather is a big factor. And if you like a lot of sunny days, this might be a great fit. If 100-degree days in the summer are not your thing, then this may not be the right fit for you. But if you are thinking about making a move, relocating, buying, selling, or building a property here in St. George, my team and I help people like you all the time, and we absolutely love it. So feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and it'd be our absolute pleasure to connect with you. Also, if you do want a copy of our free Moving to St. George, Utah guide, simply comment down below the word guide, Guide, and we'd love to send that over to you. Wishing you a fantastic rest of your day and week, and we'll chat with you soon. Take care and have a great one. Bye.